Hey, what's going on? This your boy C Mac Breezy, and today I'm gonna talk about The Best Man Finals chapter. And I saw all 8 episodes, and what I think about, I'm gonna try my best out to explain the whole reviews and what I think about the whole series. Now, first off, man, it was great. It was funny as fuck. It was dope as fuck. Shelby, Terrence Howard's character, they was phenomenal, and they was kind of the best fucking part of the series. Honestly, I don't see why that they made it as a fucking mini series when they could have just put this as a fucking movie, as a third movie, The Best Man Wedding. I don't understand why they had to put this as a miniseries and put it on Peacock when they could just put this as a fucking movie. But clearly I can understand why Malcolm D. Lee, fucking Spike Lee's cousin, did what he did. But so where do I fucking start? Honestly, man, I just don't understand what was the whole fucking purposes of Terrence Howard's character quitting, marrying Nicole Aries Parker's about to marry Nicole Aries Parker character. I don't understand why they added her fucking character on the show. Yeah, they got good chemistry. They worked together. They worked on Empire, and they first ever movie was this movie called Spark. But at the same time, y'all, I don't understand why she was in the fucking, and it's not a movie. I said movie, in the miniseries, when you knew his fucking his feelings was for Shelby. And if you clearly see in the episode that he's married, he about to marry Shelby. All I gotta say is that it was unnecessary. It was out of place to have Nicole Aries Parker's character be fucking Terrence Howard's character fiance in the movie, soon to be wife. If he was gonna like ditch her for Shelby. So I just never got never got why Nicole Aries Parker was in this fucking series. Okay, next one. But other than that, this was a fucking good ass series. It picks up after fucking The Best Man Holiday, of course. Morris Chestnut's character still going through things, trying to like adapt to his lifestyle after losing Mia to cancer in the fucking previous movie, The Best Man Holiday. He fucking everything in the sea that he sees, every female he sees, but he wound up snapping out of it after he meets this woman on this fucking island, wherever the fuck they was at. Taye Diggs having trouble with his wife. The actress name is Sanaa Lathan. Taye Diggs' character's name is but before that, Morris Chestnut's character is Lance. Taye Diggs' character is fucking Harper in the show. Sanaa Lathan's character is Robin. They having trouble with their marriage. Regina Hall, played by Candace, who the dude that was in Romeo and Juliet, played Marquisha on Romeo and Juliet. That's the actor. He played in Prison Song. I think he was married to Mary J. Blige's character in the movie Prison Song. What else movie he was in? Harry Bernard. That's the actor's name. He played Merchant in those movies. The Best Man Holiday. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna just call this shit a movie because it felt like a movie other than a series. Fuck this shit. Honestly, okay. Back to what I was saying. He played Merch. What else? He was in a show called Claws, I believe. He played a retard. Nah, he played a mentally challenged motherfucker in the show. Niecy Nash brother in the movie, in the show, show Claws, and he was married in the show to Karuchi Tran in the show. So yeah, but that's another topic. Okay, who else? But it was nice. Other than that, it was nice to see all of them in this fucking movie. Since I'm not calling it a miniseries, it felt like a movie. You got Neil Long, played by Jordan, in the movie. You got Taye Diggs, Neil Long, Terrence Howard, Melissa D'Souza, played by fucking Shelby, who winds up in this movie marrying Terrence Howard when I knew this shit was gonna happen. But I had no idea that in the ending of The Best Man Holiday, right? That the character he was about to marry was Nicole Ari Parker, which wasted her character, had no business in this movie. We all knew as Best Man, diehard fans, that he was gonna marry straight up Shelby. He had feelings for her, straight up. We already knew that was his kid, and the rest is history. Then as soon as they get married, he gets married to Shelby. It fast forwards to the COVID era, to now, like the whole crisis they going through. I'm gonna go by like Taye Diggs having problems with Sanaa Lathan, Terrence Howard having problems with his health, trying to like have a bond and a vibe with his daughter, his now teenage daughter. You know what fucking cracks me up? What cracks me up is that the whole fucking movie, throughout the whole fucking movie, Terrence Howard, funniest line ever when they was arguing, when Taye Diggs was arguing with Sanaa Lathan's character and shit, and saying this, that, and third, and he was going through Shelby and stuff when they was agreeing that what's Taye Diggs' daughter's best interest in the movie. And they all agree on that the child's best interest is always gonna be the mother. And Terrence Howard fucking agreed with Harper, and she got mad. She was like, "What the fuck did you just say?" and shit and stuff like that. And he did a Will Smith joke. He was like, "I said keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth, nigga," and all this type of shit, like some smooth type shit. That's got to be the most funniest line Terrence Howard ever fucking did behind fucking shit in the whole Best Man franchise. Terrence Howard stole the whole fucking, was the best part in The Best Man. All of them was good and all, but Terrence Howard stood out the most. Him and Shelby, played by Melissa D'Souza. They had the greatest chemistry ever, I feel like, in the fucking miniseries, aka I'm just saying movie. Now, what I did not like about chemistry-wise, I did not like the vibes between Taye Diggs' character Harper and Sanaa Lathan's character Robin. I didn't. They felt like they clicked and they lost that chemistry. I know that they could do a better chemistry because I seen them have better chemistry like the movie Brown Sugar, but here they seem like they out of place. And it just felt times rushed and shit and forced. Like, watch this shit like that. It's hard to explain. Regina Hall's character, Candace, in this part, I didn't really care much about. Now Harper, he getting pissed off. He just had it. He's tired of people calling him the soft nigger, like soft ass nigga, and he tired of not. He trying his best to be a great dad. He's trying his best. What got him to UFC and shit is the scene that traumatized you, that will make you angry as a black man, is that Karens, that we got Karens in real life society thinking that they the shit, thinking that it's okay to treat motherfuckers wrong because of the color of their skin, this, that, and the third. And just shit like that would get us as black men in trouble, but we didn't do nothing. And that's what drove him into fighting and stuff like that. Then you got Morris Chestnut, Carrot Lance, making kind of not accepting, making it hard, trying to be the bestest dad that he can. You could tell that he loved his son, Lance Jr., but there's a side of him that is non-binary shit that it makes him hard to accept his son as somebody that's non-binary, and he brushes off by saying that what his son going to do is a phase, but he don't want to accept that that's him and stuff. And his character's so into God and his fate that he knows that if he accept him as this, it's an abomination and it's a disgrace. But luckily, when he ran away and stuff like that, it made him realize that he needs his son the most, and he needs to support him, and also he starts to accept who he is, and he can't force him to be just like him in his footsteps, and he can't force his son to be something that he ain't. So he wound up accepting him because that's his son. He ain't trying to lose his son like he did his wife, played by Monica Calhoun, who played Mia in the two Best Man films. And how emotional Morris Chestnut is. And I'm so fucking glad that it was no tensions, no clashes between him and Taye Diggs' character. I'm so fucking glad that they didn't wind up that Taye Diggs didn't wind up getting his ass kicked by Morris Chestnut. And I just love they fucking chemistry and shit. And I just love how they could be like, bro. I feel like they is brothers in real life. And I feel like all the shit that Taye Diggs did to Morris Chestnut in the first Best Man and the second Best Man, I'm so fucking glad that they wound up connecting and becoming even more closer ever since Mia died in the Best Man holiday. So that was sweet and shit like that they support each other no matter what the other going through and the other going through. They always had their back, always had each other's back like brothers and shit. What pissed me fucking off at the end of the fucking series is that how fucking selfish, how bitter, how nagging, how complaining, how trash Sanaa Lathan's character Robin was to Taye Diggs. All Taye Diggs was doing this since he's a writer, and since his character Harper is a writer and this, that, and the third. All he was doing is to support his family and his daughter. She had a problem with that. She couldn't take him being gone all the time, but that's how he makes his living, by supporting them. And she want to do her fucking thing, want to go to fucking Ghana or somewhere in Africa and shit like that. And I didn't not like how she straight up took his fucking daughter away from him and going across the country and shit like that. And the end was fucking crazy is that when they had that fucking argument, Candace, Shelby, and all of them was agreeing with her, was on her side. I feel like Taye Diggs was not in the wrong, was not a villain at all in this movie this time. It was all Robin. And if you go back to the first movie and shit like that, you could tell that he never really had feelings for Robin. He never really wanted Robin in the fucking first place. He always really wanted Jordan, played by Nia Long's character. And I feel people saying that they didn't really cheat and all this type of shit after the whole Terrence Howard had a heart attack and went to the hospital, and Shelby after the whole event or some shit. She was fucking with Nia Long and shit. I feel like he did cheat and stuff like that on her with not like that. And also how she knew it was through his fucking writing named Kendall. So Kendall is supposed a character of his book that he dedicate his books to his friends that he grew up with in college and shit. And that's how she knew, through this fucking notebook, or not, whatever the fuck called, tablet or some shit that he wrote named Kendall and shit that was not finished yet and stuff like that. Everybody saw the unfinished. He made the movie Unfinished Business into a fucking movie. People supported. The only people that did not like it, that didn't support it, was not Harper, Murch. Because he felt like it was disrespectful to him. He felt like that he just tired of being a soft ass nigga, and he just didn't like it. He just didn't like how Harper wanted. He basically didn't care much about Murch's feelings. They didn't care much about Murch's feelings for much of his feelings that much. And to me, that's kind of understandable how he feels and stuff like that. So yeah. But other than that, man, this miniseries, bro, it was a nice way to close up the whole Best Man franchise. And what's even more sad is that Terrence Howard is no longer gonna be acting again. He retiring. This is the last time you're gonna see him on the big screen, man. He did his thing on his final chapter of The Best Man. They all did. They OGs in the game. They legends. But other than that, it was a pretty good flick. Good miniseries, however the fuck you want to call it. Nicole Ari Parker, they should have not added her in the miniseries, and they should have not added that dude from Power, Terry Silver, in the fucking miniseries. But what made sense that the couple that should have stayed together, that should have been a couple, was Nia Long's character and Taye Diggs, because they had so much in common. One was all about their career. The other was about their career. They should have been together instead of fucking him with Robin. Because his character with Robin did not add up. It didn't match, even in the first place. He should have been with Nia Long's character, Jordan. Jordan and Harper should have been together, but they don't touch on in the end, they don't wind up going together, being together and stuff, which is fucked up. I thought in the end that Jordan and Harper was gonna wind up being together, but it seemed like Jordan rejected Harper, and they just remain friends. But other than that, good fucking miniseries. The Best Man, final chapter, y'all. And deuces, peace.